We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Like. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Good morning. How you folks doing? This is terrific Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the calendar month. We have our money guy in the room
Absolutely.
to talk with you. You know, I saw an adage that says, by the time you reach your late 30s, the friends you have should be talking about how to make money, save money, how should be talking about money or working out. That's what your friends should be talking about, working out and money.
Really?
And, yeah.
Hey, Miss Phyllis. Hey, Uzama.
That's what I saw and made sense.
Well, I must have missed that road.
Right, because do you have friends that like to talk about working out or talk about making money? You don't have to answer that live, but some of your friends should at least be talking about things that matter, like your fitness and your money. We made a decision in the men's group that we're going to talk about money much more often this year. So we're going to do that.
Absolutely. And it's good. Today's topic is a money mindset shift. And in deference to what you just said, it's continuing the shift. Because sometimes we make that shift. Many of us know the New Year's resolution shift. We know the first of the month shift. I'm going to do better this time. All of these little shifts, but sometimes we fail to connect the dots. You don't have to start over. You have to start from where you're at.
This morning I had another experience about that too. I was putting a document down. I folded up a document. I was like, I want to keep it close, but I don't want to have to look at it a lot. You know, this document.
Hey, Lena. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know where it was, but I didn't want to have to look at it. So on my dresser, I have these little boxes, and I have the can that we throw all our change in, you know. So one of the little boxes is an old cigar box that slides open. And I opened up the cigar box. I hadn't opened up this thing in a little bit. I opened up the cigar box, and there was all of these ones in that box that I haven't looked at in a long time. All these $1 bills in that box. They were like full of $1 bills. And I'm like, how? Oh, Jay Mattier's influence. I got all these $1 bills that I hadn't even thought about.
But that was a little shift. And what's good about that shift is now we can continue upon that shift. Because there's a couple of things that I have noticed about just thinking about money in this few minutes. We've got change all over the place. No longer where it needs to be in one spot. Yeah.
You think we got change all over the place now?
Yeah.
I got change in my office in there and on my dresser. A change can.
Yeah, look, there's change here.
Because you don't put your stuff in the can.
I don't. This is what I'm saying. I didn't. When you're talking about shifts, you're not making admonitions against what's wrong.
Right.
You're making acknowledgments of small things that you could do and make it right.
Let's talk about that. Small things you could do, money mindset shifting. That's what we're going to talk about today when we come back from our introduction. That's what we're going to talk about.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Ding.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to you each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Hey, Shirley.
Show Vision that Wyatt says.
She says, Dr. Lisa Santiago.
Love the new hairstyle. She's been playing with it. Good morning, Sister Lena. Good morning, Brother Uzama. Is there anybody ahead of
Miss
Uzama?
Phyllis is in the building.
Good morning, Miss
Dr.
Phyllis.
Beverly's
Dr.
in the
Beverly,
building.
good morning to you
and
as well.
And in the green room,
and
the one and only.
Mr. Jay Mattier's in the green room listening in. Let me tell you something. When I opened up that sliding cigar box and I saw all those ones in there, it didn't have room for the document that I wanted to put in. So I had to put that someplace else. I think I got enough $1 bills right now to go to the strip club. I go to the strip club right now, baby, with what I got.
You see what I have to deal with?
That's where $1 bills. That's where they go, right? Ooh, man, there's an old joke about that. Where does $1 bills go? They go to strip clubs and they go to church. That's where $1 bills used to go.
That is terrible.
Now, we don't do that with $1 bills in church. We don't play like that, but that used to be the joke. That's where they go. So we do have a topic today. This is Terrific Tuesday. I hope you had a great Monday as well. Tonight is the first Tuesday of the calendar month, and what we do on the first Tuesday of each calendar month, and we've been doing this since 2013. What? 2013? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12 years ago. We're in our 12th year of hosting male empowerment networks and
women empowerment networks.
12 years, twice a month. And there was a season where we did it 4 weeks in a row, but we do it most of the time twice a month. Tonight at the men's meeting, Jay Maddie is going to run it, and Kenny Tucker is going to support him because Brother Brian is going to be speaking at Sister Lisa Charles's platform tonight at 7. So we booked this thing months ago. So I'm looking forward to that too. So that's where I'm going to be. So that's the beautiful thing. We got people. We got able soldiers. Next man up. What? Next man up. So what'd you think about my idea? I mean, I ain't been to a strip club in
if that floats your boat,
probably since I was 25.
Well, then you probably don't miss it.
I don't miss it. I don't want to go.
Uzama said, alongside Money Mindset Monday is Freedom Tuesday. Always looking to clear my calendar.
Always looking to clear your calendar. You know, it's so funny, the stuff that we celebrate now, like space in our calendar. At one time, we used to be afraid of space in the calendar. Like, what's going on? Oh, God, I got all this time. I ain't got nothing going on. But now when we find pockets of time, an hour here, 2 hours there, 3 hours there, it's celebration.
We keep it very quiet because the moment that someone thinks you have a moment of time to yourself, if it's just a moment, they want to find something to occupy you with.
Especially wives. I mean.
I think that's true, actually.
There's this joke going around, kind of joke meme of these women doctors. They're trying to revive this woman on the operating table. And they're trying with the shock tablets and all that stuff. They're trying everything. And they're like, we're losing her. She's about to go. Is she married? One of the nurses said, is she married? Yes. She goes, ma'am, your husband just sat down and he looks like he's getting comfortable. And he wakes up, babe, can you help me move? You can't have your husband sit down and get comfortable.
Oh, Lord.
Uzama Ra says,
we'll miss the men's meeting tonight, joining Peggy's Toastmasters.
And why not? Okay.
I love it. Shirley said, I have a busy Tuesday and Tuesday nights.
What a blessing.
It is.
What a blessing to be busy. You know, what a blessing. Because, you know, I can remember you and I having a conversation, and you was like, I don't really have nothing to do right now. That was years ago when you thought you didn't have nothing to do right now. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You got all of these projects?
I don't remember that moment. That must have been a very small second in time.
It was. And it was years ago. And I've had that thought too. I don't really have much going on right now. But even that is a misnomer. Misnomer is not the right word. A misconception. If you don't think you have nothing to do with your time, that's a misconception. Because you do have something to do with your time. You can discover dollar bills around your house. I'm telling you, baby, it surprised me.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm going to leave it. I'm probably going to add to it, you know.
You have to be able to use cash to add to cash.
Yeah. But if I come across more cash, I'll just throw it in there. Jay Maddie told us that a year or 2 years ago, that him and his house, they don't hold on to $1 bills as if they don't like them. They put them somewhere like in a folder or something whenever they get them. And then they have, and he also told us like once a year they do something with it, kind of like a celebration. Between the $1 bills and the loose change we have around the house, we probably got enough right now to go out to dinner or something. Just loose.
I'm
saying that's beautiful. That's new. That's a new way of thinking about money, you know, and we got that from a mentor of ours. How many of you guys can navigate your way through life without mentors and coaches? Successfully navigate your life without coaching and mentoring? None of us can. Even Jesus had a Barnabas, even or somebody to talk to about something. We all need help. What?
I was just reading in my mind to try to validate what you just said.
Good, because I think I called the right name. And if I didn't, someone of our Bible scholars will help me. But I think I'm right. Okay. And that's half the battle. Last night was a Monday night, and every Monday night we host the Sales Confidence Mastery Group. And last night we had a wonderful time talking about the fortune is in the following up. And we resolved that none of us really like the activity of following up, but we recognize it's necessary to do, and we devised strategies together to do that. So it was a wonderful event. Tonight I'm speaking with Lisa Charles, and tomorrow night is Wednesday. We're going to host at 7 p.m. And tonight there's also Man and Win. At 7 p.m. we're going to host Empowering Financial Professionals Group. I got to get Jay Matty to come to that group. The Empowering Financial Professionals Group.
Lena says, Brian, my guy sent me that same old joke yesterday. I found it mildly humorous.
Mildly humorous is what you'll admit to.
I miss days where I don't have something to do. I appreciate my mentors, new, old, up close, and afar. Amen.
Lena Janelle knows how to turn a phrase because she's artistic like that. And I don't know if I've ever said this to you before, Lena. I don't think I ever have. But in my life, all the musicians I've gotten close to, all the artsy-fartsy people I've gotten close to, all the...
He had to put a fart on your art?
Yes, because they fart a lot. Everyone knows that artist. But anyway, all the musicians and artists that I've gotten close to as friends, all of them in my life have been weird. They all are a little bit off. They all see things a little bit different. Even my best buddies that were real music, like Northfleet was a buddy of mine, but he was constantly in his keyboard and thinking music. And he was just different than everybody else. He saw everything. You can see the same thing, Northfleet to see it different. So all the artsy people I know are a little bit weird. Probably you too.
It takes confidence to be willing to see things other than the way other people see them.
Yeah.
And to articulate that.
I guess.
Because sometimes we see things differently than other people. And many of us have gotten to the point that we don't share it.
Because many of us, you count yourself in that group?
Yeah, I definitely count myself in that group. Because people just don't understand it. They think it's weird. And I just wait for somebody else to say it and leave it at that.
Speaking of people seeing the same thing at the same time and seeing it differently, I had another military buddy named Cavanis, Gordon Cavanis. Cavanis, you and Cavanis could watch the same thing. Somebody go get a soda out of a vending machine, okay? Just an innocuous act like that. And Cavanis could do 5-minute comedy routine on the guy walking to the vending machine and have us crying laughing.
Like Tony Baker. I think Tony Baker has hilarious observational.
Man, Cavanis used to have me rolling. We could see the same thing, and you might think it's nothing, but he'd make a routine out of it and have me crying. That's why I loved hanging out with Cavanis, because he made me laugh all the time. Does anybody make you laugh all the time? I'm holding time because in 2 minutes.
It's about that time.
In 2 minutes, we got our guest coming up, and I'm excited about talking to our guest. Good morning, Antanobe. How you doing? I'm surprised Lena Janelle hasn't made a comeback yet, but
she ain't think about you.
I'm surprised. There it is. I would have been surprised if she didn't make a comeback. Now, in capital letters, she says, "Thank you, Brian." And then she says, "Artists don't fart." Especially the female artists don't fart. We poot. I am absolutely weird. Most have no idea how weird, but I embrace it all with exclamation points. Tell him, Dr. Lisa. See what I mean?
Absolutely.
See what I mean? It's 9:14, y'all. Sometimes you meet somebody in your life. She goes, "I did."
It was in the chamber for you.
I'm serious, man. I just Lena's gonna come back with this. I knew it.
Dr. Beverly says money mindset shift starts before you get out of bed.
Okay, talk about that.
When you set the alarm clock for a certain time, and when the alarm goes off, you hit the snooze button. You didn't meet your goal, and you just, I don't know.
Now hitting the snooze button. There's a whole philosophy on that. I don't even have my phone in here, baby. Sorry, we didn't get it all. You just lied to yourself. Shift your mindset. That snooze button. There's ways to get out of bed, but you need strategies. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the one. The alarm goes off. You say to yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you make a movement. You get up, on the countdown, because your brain, Dr. Beverly, immediately doesn't want to do anything. When the brain has to move or has to do something, the first impulse is I don't want to do it. That's what your brain wants to do. It wants to keep you safe and still. So you have to just get past that initial inertia. I know you don't want to do it, but we got to get moving. And that's it. That's all you got to do. It's 9:15. I was starting to say, do you remember when you first met Jay?
I do.
Where did you first meet him?
Oh, you want to tell me where I first met
him?
No,
I want to ask you. Do you remember first meeting him?
Yes.
Where did you meet him?
I first met him at the table at the Breakfast with the Millionaire or Day with the Millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
That was where I first met him.
Did you talk to him then, or did you get to know him over time?
I got to know him over time. I talked to him at the table. Obviously, I'm not rude, but and we exchanged pleasantries, but I didn't get to know him until later on.
I don't remember you talking to him at the table because he was my guy from the beginning. I talked to him at the table. Him and I was talking, and I didn't really hardly see you. And over the time, he's become a trusted friend and a trusted advisor. You guys know him. Y'all love him because he's been generously sharing Money Matters with us for a while now. Coming to the stage, Mr. J. Mary.
Good morning, my empowerment dual family. Brian, Dr. Lisa, it's such a pleasant time to be here this morning in a gracious period. I just enjoy being here and talking to our family and encouraging them and inspiring them. And just talking about the money mindset shift this morning, it all ties in. It's really great. You have to understand that it is a mindset shift, that if you want to change your mind, your life, you got to change your mind.
Absolutely.
And everything starts there. It's really great. Brian, I'm glad you found the cigar box with the money in it. What happens is that at the end of the year, you're supposed to take that money and do something, go out or do something that you wouldn't normally do. What we find ourselves now doing is counting it, putting it in an envelope, and putting it into a bigger box. So we just kind of still put it aside. And it, becomes your fun money that we talk about sometime. So it's really good to do that. And I just enjoy coming here. I'm retired now. I've got some projects that I work on individually, and I do help some folks individually, but I have really become a source for people just wanting to bounce things off of, to talk about financial matters. And I've been successful. I'm a former business and finance coach and consultant. I've worked in the technology arena, but I've also been broke. So I understand
that
the journey, if you will, of being broke and coming up with nothing and being able to survive. So again, it's all a mindset shift. If my mind didn't change, my life wouldn't have changed. Mm-hmm. I'd have still been in the same pool. I've been doing the same things. But when you get tired, when they say when what do they say? Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yes.
So it's great to be here with you. one of the things that we're going to talk about this morning in talking about shifts, we're going to talk about something that has been a roadblock for a lot of people when it
Okay.
comes to money.
Okay.
And that's the Bible.
A roadblock when it comes to money. This is going to be good, y'all. Brace yourself.
The Bible has been a roadblock for some people because they fail to read they take one line, talk about the eye of the needle and the rich people, and or they talk about money being the root of all evil. And what I encourage people to do is read the verse before it and the verse after.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Don't just take one verse
right.
and run with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to set some people free this morning.
Whoop, whoop.
I've done research, and there are over 100 verses or 100 references to money and wealth and prosperity in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no need for you to use the Bible as a sense of blocking your mindset from changing. It's just not true. God really wants us all to prosper.
You go to Google for a second.
So I'm going to get into that. Do you want to say anything or anything, Brian, Lisa?
Yes, man. I am so impressed with this too, because the Bible does talk about money and wealth a lot, and even talk about wealthy people a lot. And where I was wanting to lift up was, I didn't want to interrupt your flow, but definitely when you said, you know, if you didn't change your mindset about money, your life would not have changed. And I can imagine, Brother Jay, there might be someone watching now even. I've heard that kind of thought before, but how do I change my mindset? How do I do it? We don't want to get them dressed up with no strategy or no place to go. So I'm willing to, you know, give you all the space you need to say it however you got to say it. But I'm thinking, man, there might be someone that wants to, but don't know how. You taught us how to do it with little steps, okay? Or little wins or little celebrations. When you made the comment about you normally take that money to do something with it, celebration, that is for you and your brain, because your brain needs to know that there's a reward for this activity, and whatever gets rewarded gets done. So, but now you guys have done enough of that. So now you take that celebration money, move it into a bigger bucket, and call it fun money. You even gave a name to it. It's fun money. So now your subconscious mind knows, yes, we have to take care of our bill, and we're going to take care of our responsibilities. Yes, but we do have fun money over there. So
right.
how we're thinking now.
Yeah, and that, you know, that originally started with the premise of, you know, people talking about not wanting to go into the new year broke.
Okay.
You don't want to go into the new year broke. So that's how that all started years ago. Just being able to open it was called our New Year's Day box. And we opened it up on New Year's Day. We might have $200 or $300. So we didn't go into the New Year broke, because, you know, that last quarter, everybody spends everything, relies on credit cards. So we didn't go into the New Year broke. We actually had cash in hand. So, you know, we're not credit, but cash. So that's where that all started many, many years ago. So we're going to talk about Bible principles that relate to finances. And there's 7 key ones that I want to talk about today. And how I'm going to break them up is that we're going to talk about the principle itself. We're going to talk about the reference that you can check in the Bible, and then the application of how you apply it to your life. And I think these particular items will give that roadmap that Brian is talking about in some of that clarity. So the first thing is stewardship. We are stewards, not owners, of what God gives us. The scripture, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. Psalms 24, verse 1. Now, how do you apply this? This teaches that everything we have, including money, belongs to God. Our role is to manage it wisely for the glory of God and the good for others. So again, honoring God and the good of others. Number 2,
Man, Dr. Deborah says, whoo, this is good stuff. And she also says, so true. The Bible trips a lot of people up concerning money. And Shirley says, good morning, Selena, of course. Okay.
Number 2, avoiding debt. The principle, debt can be a form of bondage. The borrower is servant to the lender. Proverbs 22, verse 7. You never want to subject yourself to having a master. And when you owe, when you borrow, you owe. And then what you want to do is, while borrowing isn't inherently wrong, Scripture warns against excessive debt. Financial freedom comes from living within your means and avoiding the change of unmanageable debt.
Let's talk about that for a second, too, because society almost teaches us, at least the age range that I grew up in, Jay, that you need to go into debt.
Correct.
Or they try to trip you up into going into debt with your car and your house and your education. Keep people in debt forever.
Correct.
When you go to college, they keep people in debt, and when we refuse, and then they also make it almost, you must not be very smart or very credit worthy if you don't have debt.
Right. Right.
They
almost force you into it. Again, it's societal that we are trained to be workers. When we're trained to go to school, get a good job, do this, do that, but also you're automatically exposed to debt. People that are unfortunate enough to go to college without relying on it, they introduce it right away. They give you credit cards when you're in college. No one should just give you a credit card without. I had a case with my own son. He was in college and had a credit card and didn't realize that you had to pay the money back. Didn't realize that you had to pay the money back.
I got checks. I got this card. I got money.
You got money.
When I was 17, 18, yes.
Yes. So, that is it. It's a challenge, and they make it almost impossible not to have it. You can't travel. You can't make hotel reservations. You can't fly. You can't. You got to have it. So they manipulate the system to keep us oppressed. And it's the 80-20. 80% of the people in the world work for the 20% of the oligarchs, and that's the way you were trained in the mindset that you had from a young age. So this whole breaking out and being independent and entrepreneurship, they really didn't start pushing this until about 20 years ago, because they really didn't want people to start businesses and build their own empires. They didn't want that, because
that was an option for some people when they didn't have any other option. They couldn't get a job, so they started their own. But now it's different.
Yeah. So the next thing, generosity and giving.
Come on with it.
The principle of giving is a way of honoring God and helping others. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under any compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And this is the adage of the tithe, and to give. The more you give, the more you receive. If you give, you open your hand and your heart. If you don't, you keep it closed. You cannot expect anything more if your hands are closed, if your hands and heart are closed. And if you don't help others, what else is there in this world to do? What else really?
Come on, Jay.
I mean, we're all guaranteed. There's one thing we're guaranteed to do. We're going to die. If you don't help somebody along the way, then your whole life is in vain.
Whoop, whoop. Did you hear him? If you don't,
next.
Wait. I love the way you worded that. Give what you have determined in your heart. Okay. You said something like that. I think I'm paraphrasing it, what you said. But I love that, because Lisa and I have decided what we're going to give. And we give it all the time. Okay? Decided on what we're going to give. So we don't have to think about it anymore. And it doesn't matter whether we're flush or low or whatever. That's the amount we decided we're going to give, and
Right. Right.
And I love that too.
Yeah,
So
we do it automatically. It's intentional. We don't even see it. It just goes. Don't even look at it. But it's a key component in the universe. You reap what you sow. You give
and if you
back
don't
what
sow
you give.
nothing,
You don't sow nothing, you don't reap nothing.
right? That's it.
Number 4 is contentment. Contentment with what you have is a key financial peace. You want to be at peace. You want to be content with what you have. You don't want to worry about the Joneses because you don't know the struggle that the Joneses had to go through to get where they are. The Bible reference is, but godliness with contentment is great gain. So be satisfied, not to say that you don't have to have the outlook or the drive to have more, because the more you get, the more you can do. And that's the principle you don't hoard. There's a story in the Bible about hoarding. The rich man built a new barn to store up his wealth. But then they would ask, he said, God, your soul is required tonight. I've never seen a funeral where they brought their Rolls Royce and their mansion and all their money with them.
Right.
You go in, you come in with nothing, you leave with nothing.
That's right. Love it.
Honesty and integrity. The principle is financial dealings should be conducted with honesty and integrity. And we're facing a lot of that now, that the opposite is going on. It's every man for himself. It's, the rich versus the poor. Instead of the Robin Hood story about taking from the rich and giving to the poor, it's taking from the poor and giving to the rich. And so something has got to happen. We're our own worst enemy right now with the political arena. But the verse is, the Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weight finds favor with him. Proverbs 11, verse 1. Integrity in business, dealing honestly with others, and making ethical decisions is paramount in managing finances. You also want to work diligently. Hard work is valued and rewarded by God. The Bible encourages us to work diligently, not only for financial gain, but as a way to honor God and provide for our families as well as others. The verse is, whatever your hands find to do, do it with all of your might. Ecclesiastes 9, verse 10. Yep. And planning and wisdom.
I hope y'all receiving this amazing word. Come on, Jay.
Planning and wisdom. Planning and saving are important for financial well-being. The Bible references the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Proverbs 21, verse 5. Financial planning, budgeting, and saving reflects wisdom and foresight, enabling us to meet future needs and opportunities. A lot of times you need money to advance, or you need money to gain more opportunities.
Absolutely.
So you're setting yourself up for opportunities. Opportunity comes from people that are ready. That what they said, opportunity is what Nightingale say, opportunity
was when luck meets preparation.
Luck makes preparation.
Jay, you've been amazing. We got 2 more minutes left with you. So did you want to rap or say something to this direct audience?
Okay. The last one, I just want to say, trusting God's provision. Trust God to provide for all your needs. But my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:19. While we are to work and manage our finances wisely, ultimately we trust that God will provide for our needs. This is not a call to irresponsibility, but to trust God's provisions. So, along with your faith, your financial literacy, your management, and your willing to help others is the key to financial success.
Amazing. I almost need some music like woo to cheer with you. Thank you for giving so generously. Thank you for your research. Thank you for your willingness to teach this amazing audience this morning. We got to put you back into the green room because we got to
okay.
Before we do. Do you have to run or can you go into the green room?
No, I can hang out.
Thank you, sir. Jay was amazing as usual.
Absolutely. Do you realize that the bulk of what he shared with us came from not only the wisest, but the richest man in the world? The bulk of what he shared came from the book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, both of which are
written by, isn't it Solomon? No.
Solomon, King Solomon.
King Solomon wrote those.
The richest and wisest. That's why Jay is rich and wise.
That's why he's rich and wise.
That's right.
Yes,
that's what happens when you hang out with wisdom. You get wisdom.
Yeah, I've heard it said before, you are the average of your 5 closest friends. Come on.
Dr. Deborah says, thank you so much, Brother Jay. This has been so good. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Let's do Today in Black History before we move on.
Today in Black History, I got a Black History, African-American Inventions That Changed the World. This is a book written by Michael A. Carson, Inventions That Have Changed the World. And I found one that we must have skipped, or I just don't remember it. But Elijah McCoy, in 1872, he invented the automatic lubricator for train engines. He also had nearly 60 more patents to his name. His inventions have enabled trains to run faster and more efficiently. McCoy was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2001 for his inventions in 1872.
Thank you. I think we did cover Elijah McCoy before.
I thought it was the hook, not the lubrication.
Okay.
But this device allowed oil to be evenly distributed through the train engine while the train is still in motion. This saved both time and allowed the trains to run for longer periods of time without stopping for maintenance, which saved the railroad both time and money. His parents were former slaves from Kentucky. They escaped through the Underground Railroad, settling in Michigan, and went to Ontario, Canada, where then at the age of 15, they traveled to Scotland for an apprenticeship in mechanical engineering. When he returned back to Michigan, he was unable to find work as an engineer due to racial barriers.
No diggity.
That's it.
But he took something with it. Love that moment. It's 9:38 right now. I'm hoping you guys are finding some value today.
I'm going to share with you today. And you want to say something else?
I know you do. 9:38.
I know.
Go ahead. Do what you got to do. Go ahead, man. It's 9:38.
Oh, I don't like to be rushed.
But we have to, because at 9:42 is coming in 4 minutes. So we gotta.
Today in African American History by Michael A. Carson, there were 4 African American inductees into the 42nd Congress in 1871. In 1873, there were another 4 that were inducted into the 43rd Congress. In 1896, South Carolina State University was founded in Orangeburg, South Carolina, as the state's sole public college for African American students, the very first HBCU in South Carolina.
Thank you very much. All right, here we are. We're doing good now again. We do meet here Monday through Friday, and we talk about personal conversations. We talk about business information, and we talk about spiritual inspiration
with a little bit of shenanigans.
With a little bit of shenanigans, that's what we talk about. We have confessed ministry. Our ministry is
economic independence
through
entrepreneurship.
Her name is DrLisa Santiago McNeill.
And he is Brian K. McNeill.
And together make up what's called the Empowerment Duo. So now you know what we talk about. You know what we bees about. That's what we talks about, period. All right. So one of the things I do like to lift up here is I know that every time we have any moment of education, every time we have any moment of somebody adding to how we live, all of us get better.
Absolutely.
Every single time. You're getting better. Jay Mattier consistently contributing like that is causing all of us to think different and to be better. I saw you raising your hand. Yes, we are all getting smarter because of that. We're all getting better because of that. I can imagine, because of something Jay said, one of us here that's listening to this today will come home with three single dollar bills in their pocket, and instead of just keeping it in their wallet, think, oh, let's put this in a box so that at the end of the year we can gather all our ones and have a fun night. Okay,
or someone else may decide that they're not going to walk past all of the quarters that are in the house on the ground. They're going to actually pick them up and put them aside.
Somebody dropped some coins in my bathroom, and I told Lisa I wasn't going to bring this up. But someone dropped a bunch of quarters and dimes and pennies on my bathroom floor, and it's been there for 2 days.
I was cleaning out my purse.
So because you didn't want to pick them up.
No.
And exactly. I didn't think I did it. I was thinking, did I drop some coins? But they're on my floor now in the bathroom.
But see, here's the thing. We don't have the same value, right? We don't have the same value anymore. There used to be, kids would find value. Oh, there's a quarter. Kids don't even find a value in a quarter. But changing our minds to remember that it only takes 4 quarters to make it into $1. It only takes $5 to make it into a $5 bill. And then it only takes 4 $5 bills to become a 20.
Yep, that's it. You have more money. Money is all around you. Nature is rich and it is intended for you to be rich as well. The law is of abundance. That's the law. The law is of abundance. We're going to say thank you. The way we say thank you right now is right on time. It's 9:42. The way we say thank you to our consistent contributors here is with greeting songs and with greeting logos. For example, up first is Miss Phyllis. Miss Phyllis has a greeting logo and it goes, Miss Phyllis is here.
Is here.
So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Usama Ra's got a song too.
Oh, wait a minute. Bitcoin King.
You gotta get naked on the show.
I wasn't naked. I was
just go ahead, man.
My shoulders out. Bitcoin King. He's the Bitcoin King. Usama. Bitcoin King. He's the Bitcoin King. Usama.
I'm gonna tell Peggy on you. Okay.
And Peggy can have shoulders too.
Lena Janelle's got a song too.
Equal opportunity.
Lena Janelle, baby, we gets high off her art, don't know how to behave. Ooh. Lisa be tripping. All right. Up next is Shirley DeJohnette. Wyatt will rock you, rock you. Shirley DeJohnette. Wyatt will rock you, rock you. Dr. Beverly has a jam too, and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. And good morning to you and the rest of your crew. Does anybody here ever get tired of hearing their song? Does anyone here ever like, oh God, I'm sick of them singing my song so much? Anybody ever get tired of that?
I kind of think that the songs have become like your name. Like you're happy to hear your name.
I guess. Antonomi has one too. This is one that we all can participate in. Put on your Nigerian voice. Sit up straight into your chair. Take a lot of air into your body and say, thank you, Watanabe. Dr. Deborah Dust is that song.
Non-profit strategist and funding coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. How you doing, my sister? Everybody has heard in about 3 weeks, Dr. Deborah's going to be in the area. Whoop, whoop. Who's next? Miss Phyllis we did Miss Phyllis. Anybody else?
Jay.
Okay. Jay Mattier's got a jam too, and it goes,
Get ready.
Get ready. Oh, get ready. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Miss Phyllis says, dang, Lisa. Probably because you got naked.
I didn't get naked. I just grabbed my shoulders. Y'all thought I was going to take it all the way off?
We love our song,
Shirley. You got some armpit cleavage?
And Dr. Deborah says, I love my song. I'm glad you do love your song, Dr. Deborah.
Oh, we love you.
Are you looking forward to today? The weather's going to be a little warmer than yesterday. That's good. So enjoy the weather. Get you some sunshine on your face if you can. It's overcast here right now in Charlotte, but still find you some light on your face. I've already changed my plans for today because I was going to dash out as soon as the show's over and go run to the store and do this right there. Nope. I'm going to take it easier because I got an 11 o'clock appointment and I got a 1 o'clock appointment, and I'm excited about that too. And I got to be great tonight. There's going to be an audience that hears me speak tonight that only the facilitators ever heard me before. No one else in this audience has ever heard Brother Brian. They probably think they're ready for me because they've seen the flyer about this speaker. He's going to be the speaker tonight. But they ain't ready, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm going to bring it on their butts tonight.
I'm glad. I'm looking forward to seeing the ladies tonight. Join me tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ladies, at theempowermentcenter.online. Theempowermentcenter.online. I want to see you there tonight. We got a couple of minutes. I want to highlight again. I really appreciate how Jay Mattier taught from the Bible today. He talked about how the Bible trips some people up, and Dr. Deborah co-signed on it. It does trip some people up, but the word money is in the Bible over 100 times. And wealth, they reference it over 100 times. Since Jay started talking, I looked up because my game is selling and sales training. The word sell and selling in the Bible over 70 times. Okay, over 70 times. They talk about business a lot in the Bible. They talk about stewardship. I love how he highlighted how all of this belongs to God. And he gives you stewardship over your home, stewardship over your money, stewardship over your car, and you're supposed to stewardship over your bodies, and you're supposed to be good stewards of that. Love it. We're looking forward to see you on tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday and our wisdom segment from Brother Mark Greer. We appreciate you. In the meantime and in between time, don't forget to have sex.
Peace.